Hello, and welcome to episode 4 of T&A Explore testing. Firstly, thanks to Maestro Dion Matthias for the awesome music in this video. That was a bit of the lead break from Eggs Over Zizi on his album It's Me. I'll put a link to his channel in the description. Last time, we ended off by saying we'll be cheating in this episode. And here in Storytime Corner, you can see some of the results of that cheating. None of this stuff was gotten in creative mode or by using cheats. This was all gotten through some mods. So, let's get into unlimited power mods. So, how do we get into this unlimited power situation? By combining two mods, one that feels OP and one that's a lovely convenience mod. The OP one is called Project E and essentially allows for some items to be broken down into energy and for other items to be created from that energy. Each item that is compatible has an energy value. You will have seen it in my videos as EMC in my the one Pro pop-up. A couple of thousand cobblestone can be turned into enough EMC to make diamonds or netherite. Before you can create something from EMC, you have to put at least one of them in the system. So this isn't creative mode, but it means you only have to get one of something like netherite scrap to be able to use as many as you have the EMC for. Second mod is called Easy Villages. It's a nice mod for easy villager type stuff like trading or iron farms that massively reduces server lag. We'll be having a look at how this combination can make for almost infinite resources. Some concepts about Project E. Some items here have very high EMC values and some have low EMC values. So a pipe wrench has an EMC value of 16 and a dirt block has an EMC value of 1. That means if I convert my pipe wrench into energy, I can make 16 dirt blocks from it. Notice my backpack has an EMC value of almost 18,000. Don't put it in Project E. You'll lose the contents. This also applies to items with NBT data like enchantments, including the enchantments stored in enchanted books. The Project E doesn't give you an easy, unlimited source of mending books either. Let's get started on Project E. The first thing you need to make is a Philosopher's Stone. This item is used to make other stuff in the crafting bench and is not consumed in the crafting. Making this little marvel just takes a diamond, some glowstone, and some redstone. Very easy to make. Once we've got that, we can turn it into a transmutation table by combining it with some stone and some obsidian. Also very easy. Once you have a transmutation table, things get interesting. So, let's make those. Let's prop this transmutation table down. By the way, be careful when picking it up. You need a pickaxe. So this area is for charging items that can hold an EMC as a charge. Things like some of these tools can be charged up with your EMC. There's your EMC balance, which is 0 for me at the moment. And this is where you can take things out of your transmutation table once you've taught the transmutation table how to use them. And this is where you put things in to teach the transmutation and to convert stuff into energy. Fairly straightforward. So let's find something to put in there. So we got one flower and a whole bunch of stone. Flower in there, and now the transmutation table knows how to create them, and I've got a balance of 16. Wow, I've got 16 EMC. Now I chuck some cobbled deep slate in there. And now I've got a balance of 144, and I can just keep throwing gobble deep slate in to increase my balance some more. And now if I need a bunch of flowers, I can just pull out as many as I need. So now, sticks. These are 4 EMC each. And emeralds are over 18,000 EMC each. Or was it 16,000? 16, over 16,000 EMC each. So I think you can see where we're going with this. You can sell sticks to a Fletcher for emeralds. So you have a nice Fletcher who gives you emeralds for 36 sticks. That costs 144 EMC. What he gives you for that is worth over 14,000 EMC. Why are my numbers so wrong? 16,000 EMC. So with this combination, we can be very rich. Putting stuff in the transmutation a stack at a time is painful when you have thousands of items. There are some tools for making this a little bit less annoying. So, what we're going to use is an energy condenser. The energy condenser is made with an alchemical chest. An alchemical chest is fairly straightforward except for these strange powders at the top, but those are fairly easy to make as well. So we'll just zoom through that in fast forward mode. And there we have our alchemical chest. The energy condenser uses one of that, some obsidian and some diamonds. And now we can start automating things a little bit. So the energy condenser's job is to convert things that you put into it into energy and then use that energy to make other things. Top there, you set what you wanted to make, and then you just dump your items into the inventory. Now you might say this is not exactly easy, but you can pipe things into it with pipes or with export cables because it's just an inventory that does special stuff. So we're going to do that. Boop, boop, and export cable over there, and boom. Now we just need to figure out what we want to export. We have a lot of cobbled deep slate, so let's do that. Stick that into the filter like that. And not exactly overwhelmingly fast, is it? Better stick an upgrade in the export cable. This is where upgrades go. So for exporting, there's a stack upgrade and a speed upgrade. Stack upgrade is probably going to be a bit quicker because it's a stack at a time instead of just more single items at a time. We could combine them, but not really necessary in this case. Let's make a stack upgrade. Pop it in there so we don't ever have to craft it again. And grab one of those. Go over here and stick it in the upgrade slots. And now it's coming in faster than it can be converted into MC. Now we're getting somewhere. Story time. Um, this episode has taken quite a bit longer to produce than earlier ones. The reason for that being that, well, real life is a thing. So, yeah, sorry about that. I'm recording this after some major changes to the modpack. The sharp-eyed will notice that my little building in the background here looks slightly different than before. I had a plan to use my slightly older desktop PC as a camera account for the next episode. Essentially logging in Tam's account, changing it to spectator mode, and using that for time lapses and things like that. So I fired up the modpack on my desktop PC, and it didn't even get to the main menu before Windows gave up and killed Java. Turns out I've got too much stuff in the modpack for a moderately good computer setup to handle. So essentially what I did then was make a copy of the whole modpack, switch all the mods off, and start the game. See if it gets to the menu, then switch a couple of mods on, start the game, and so on and so on and so on for a couple of hours until I figured out which mods were causing most of the problems. As part of this process, we have lost mine colonies and its supporting mods, which is why we don't have the fancy oak paneling and things on that building anymore. So yes, unfortunately we have some fairly significant mods missing, but I've also managed to add create, so that's a plus for me, although Tam might not like it much because she doesn't like create that much, and she's the boss, so we'll see if create stays in or not. But anyway, I think the rest of this episode is going to be fairly short. I had a lot of stuff planned for it, and a lot of video recorded for it, but I think we need to just go through the highlights of the rest of it and carry on with making the next one. So back in a second, guys. So up here where this farm used to be, I want to make a cheating room with no windows. Oh, breaking scaffolding is ever so satisfying, don't you think? So here's my cheat room. In here we are going to be doing villager stuff, specifically with easy villages. for which we'll need to make a couple of things. So let's just zoom through that. One of the easy villages blocks I need is an auto trader, which uses netherite. And I don't have netherite. However, I do know that I've got one ancient debris sitting in my nether mining machine. So I'm going to fetch that and then show you how we can get all the netherite we'll ever want using Project E. Be right back. And we're back with one single ancient debris. Let's pop it in the smelter. It's busy smelting. And now we have one netherite scrap. Yay, back up. We pop the netherite scrap in there. Now we can make more. No, wait, that's not right. Oh, and one netherite ingot. And we pop that in there. And now we can pull netherite ingots out there. And we can make our auto trader. Here's our breeder setup. We need some villagers to put in there. So easy villagers allows us to pick up villagers and stick them in our inventory, which is a lot easier than minecarts and boats and that kind of stuff. Coral here is an oceanographer. I think I'll leave him alone. Quite good name for an oceanographer. Coral. So, who can we kidnap? Oh, a nitwit. Hello, Brianna. Eat. Okay, I've got one. I'll just find another villager and then head back home and we can start breeding. Simple setup. Breeder at the top, food goes in the top, babies come at the bottom, they grow up in the incubator and they end up in this crate at the bottom. Fairly straightforward. So long as you keep putting food into the crate at the left, the new villagers show up in the other crate. Not a problem. Excuse the slight noise in the background. Here in South Africa, we have this thing euphemistically called load shedding, which is rotational blackouts because our national power utility is rather old and not terribly well maintained. But anyway, so we're going to be setting up a bit of a trading setup here using these villagers that have been born in this room and are maybe never going to see the outside of it. We'll need a trader, we'll need a glitching table, and then we can get going. Oh, I'll have to make one of those. Stick our trader block down. Put the fletching table in it. Grab a villager. Put the villager in there, and now we have a fletcher. And he's already got the sticks trade. Let's lock it in. And now he's always going to have the sticks trade. I think we'll put our automatic trading setup around here. Auto trader up there. Shift right click with an empty hand to take the villager out. And again to take the fletching table out. And we pop them up there. We'll need to get a way to get the emeralds out and store them and to put sticks in. So let's grab a crate. A couple of item pipes. Now new emeralds will show up on there. Give this guy some sticks and we have emeralds. Okay, for the input into the auto trader, I'm going to use some fancy ender chests, which I made a bit on, but decided not to show it in this video. Set the filter on the export cable. Go back up, and now we can see that sticks are coming in. That is coming out of my storage network. When this gets to 32, you should buy them. There we go. And we have emeralds. Let's grab those emeralds and stick them in our transmutation table. Boom. And now we've got bigger EMC value. Let's do a bit of cleanup while we here. So the plan is to speed up the links a little bit and expand to 3 auto traders, fetches in them, and really make this thing cook. See how that goes. Nice. Oh, that's quite a bit of EMC there. I think just for funsies, let's pump these emeralds into this energy condenser and make something with a bit more than emeralds. Just to reduce the amount of stuff we have to put into our transmutation table even more. So, what's valuable? Oh, I have an idea. How about netherite ingots? 57,000 EMC each. Yep. Set this to make netherite ingots. Stick in the pipe. Oh, disconnect it from there. Get output, and we have emeralds coming in and making netherite ingots. Make it faster. Nice. 25 netherite ingots made already. Cool. So these guys will keep trading. And we've run out of sticks on the storage network. Let's see what else we have there that could be useful. We have a lot of logs. So I think I'll set up a little auto crafter setup to turn those logs into sticks. The crafting machine from Cyclic again is quite useful. Needs a bit of power. You pump stuff in, it crafts a recipe, and then pump it out again. That's what we'll use. Fairly straightforward setup. Logs go in the left, get turned into planks, and those planks then get sent to the right and turned into sticks, and the sticks are piped up to my trading setup. At some stage we will change this and connect it up to the storage network using some more ender chests. For now, let's just fix the distribution. And there we go. Okay, so we've got a fair bit of EMC now. So the next thing I want to make is this transmutation tablet. It's basically a transmutation table you don't have to put down, which is pretty much like the crafting stick, which is a crafting table you don't have to put down to use. This one uses dark matter blocks. So we're going to need to make some dark matter blocks, which uses 4 dark matter. And to make dark matter, oh, it gets interesting. It's a bit of a rabbit hole. Let's go down it. And now we have dark matter available. Let's make this tablet. And portable transmutation. So Project E has some other interesting stuff, like this energy collector turns light into EMC, which seems a bit cheaty to me as well. And then there is this ring here called Swiftwool's Rending Gale that gives you creative flight. Yes, indeed, creative flight. So I want to make one of those for myself. The not that difficult to make once you've got stuff in there. Oh, no lava. Let's get some. I'm tired of running up and down to the nether portal, so I'll stick some waystones in. What on earth is that? I should say, what in the nether is that? Oh, of course, once we have created flight, this struggle to find a path down to the lava and get back again will be a thing of the past. Okay, let's make this thing. I've already made the iron band. We need some dark matter, we need some feathers. Teach the system for iron band, and now we can grab our dark matter. All of those. What was the other thing? Our feathers. Okay, well, there we go. Now we've got one of those. Now this one uses energy, so we need something to store energy in. Um, so there are these Klein stars that are basically like batteries. Let's make one of those. And I think we'll just go straight up to the next tier of this, so we don't have to recharge too often. A little bit low on EMC, so let's top up. We stick it in there and it gets charged. And now we've got a bunch of EMC stored. The line star goes in here, and then the rending tail goes into one of the ring slots. And double space, and there we go. We are flying. Creative flight. Should make building a lot easier. Okay, so I think we'll leave it there for this episode. Next episode, we're going to be looking at the significant changes that I've made to the mod pack. Maybe we'll do a bit of playing around with Create um, in the hope that Sam lets me keep it in the mod pack. So, thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please consider subscribing and sharing. I will see you next time. Bye.